So I had a conversation and I was talking to my guides, Jesus, Michael, Metatron, Archangel. And specifically I talked to Jesus today, and I was like, because one time in one of the ayahuasca ceremonies that I did many years ago, this was many years ago, they basically told me that I am the instrument. And that I said again today, Jesus, I'm your instrument. And so I was waiting. So what are we going to talk about? That was what I was contemplating. And then just start. I thought you wanted me to speak. That's what he kind of told me. I was like, okay, that's how it works. Okay, got it. Because sometimes it's different. Sometimes I get an idea and then it just turns into something. And now I'm working a little bit differently right now. And I'm inviting them to share what they want to say. Because usually there is an idea that just pops in. But now I want to come in a little bit differently. Just calming the body. This is the first thing that needs to happen before anything, is to calm the body. And this really goes for anything. Like whenever you are doing something, especially when it comes to connection with your soul, your guides, things of that nature, to actually get some good advice, you have to get the body first relaxed. And so if there is trauma in the body, those things needs to be dealt with. If there are certain agitation, if certain things happen, that needs to be dealt with. That is the soul's job. The soul meaning you, the one I'm speaking to. The soul is not something that is outside of you. The soul is you. It is your consciousness. It is the one that is seeing and aware and receives what I'm saying right now. You are the soul. The only thing is that your interpretation, if you are that or not, that might be off. That's just your interpretation. That is not reality, by the way. That is your interpretation of what you have learned reality is. But reality is different. It's different than the concepts that most people have grown up with. Those are the limitations in many ways, depending on how you're raised. It can be a limitation. So you are the soul. The one I'm speaking to right now, you are the soul. Whether you believe me or not is not the case, because it is so. It is facts, energetically. You guys have been tricked and messed with when it comes to energy and what really is. So the soul hasn't properly been able to land in the body, to operate the body, because the body has learned different things about what it thinks it is. And that is just a layer of perception between who you are and what your body is. What your body has interpreted based on its experience. And that layer there needs to be altered and needs to be retrained so that you can see reality for what it is. Because reality is energy, is what is being expressed. Hello?
Goodbye.
There's a lot of prank calls. It's interesting because there was a hesitation. This feels like energy interference is what I got from this. So I was hesitating if I should actually receive it at all. And this also is how, when your soul is situated in the body, you can get instantaneous intuitions about things, about what they are. And this was a perfect orchestration for you to see actually how it operates. Because I could feel that. You saw the hesitation. Should I really? I felt like, the energy that came through was like, Jesus is speaking. So of course there's going to be some interference with that big light, you know, things like that I was like, whoa. And it is like that. With higher frequencies, it produces that the shadow comes to light. That is literally what happens. So I've noticed that embodying this body, there are things that are that I see through this body clearer. This is Kenneth the soul now, though, by the way. Sees clearer the shadows of others. And what is that? That's just their thwarted perceptions. And these entities can be attached, and they're just balls of energy that feeds off a certain behavior. That's all it is. And so for us to master this game, we need to master those things first. Because you're not going to be able to host your light unless you can master that. And that is to be a master of your own domain, master of these bodies. Not let the emotion take your body away. But that you're using the emotions to properly calibrate to what's actually going on around you. You see? So it is about calibrating first these bodies so that they vibrate closer to what the soul is. That's the game. So we are to calibrate how we express and what we think, how we see reality, how we interpret things, how we work with energy. Those things need to be seen correctly for the soul to land. So once we are operating, seeing the reality clearly of what's going on energetically, and we start to operate that way, this is, by the way, a state that children has before they start to learn about all these manipulative ways that they can get their will and not, and all of these things. And so many adults have just more sophisticated versions of these childish ways of manipulation. And that is not what the soul does. So those things need to be seen, accepted, and let go of willingly, because you see it's not you. See here. Because you see it's not you. And for that you have to identify that, oh, this is not me. This is just a construct that is influencing the energy structure, your aura, your electromagnetic field. And that's how you identify them. And these are just energy distortions. And when you get aligned, you get to see them. in others. And by that, we are calling each other out so that we... And what is that? What is it to be a really good friend? It's to not just call each other out, but it's honor, it's integrity, it's holding each other to a higher standard. Right now I see kids just being tough, which is just weakness, and people following the crowd. That's weakness. Being like everyone else is not strength. It's not strength at all. It is weakness in reality, because you're following someone else. You're not strong enough to be your own individual, because you might feel unworthy or this and that and the other. You've had experiences and you feel these energies, but they are just that. They are energies that are not you. You can call it the devil if you want. It's not really what it is, although they can take many shapes and forms. But that's something that is perceived by each individual, depending on how much distortions they have in their internal view. So it's all about correcting the right perception so that we see correctly energy. It is a relearning, and for many it is a rebirth, because it's totally different. It's like the opposite of what the dualistic perspective keeps trying to tell you how things are. It's a different operating system. It's different in every way. The way we are functioning and how we're functioning at the base level, which is that we actually look after one another. We don't just pretend to look after one another, but we actually don't. Because there are many of those. And it takes each one of us to just call it out. Because I know you as light workers, you see. You see so much, and it's time that you start to embody the glorious being that you are, the holy being that you are. You are so holy. It is time that you act that way also. And once you do, the light can spread. Because unless there is protection of the light, it's not going to spread. There needs to be, and we need to be seen. We need to see properly. So there needs to be a protection of the light. But protection doesn't mean it means something different. It means that we do open. We do accept the energy. But then we take action based on the right signals when we know what's what. That's what I wanted to share for now. I'm wishing you so much joy during these times. The more you align to the right frequency, you will have a splendid time here. The more you resist these changes, it's going to be like a baby kicking and screaming, having to go to the mall. That type of energy. We're still going. It's like we can't, there's no stopping this. There's no stopping this momentum. We're all ascending, but we can do it willingly, joyfully, going through the stages that are necessary for us to land our soul, because that's where we're heading. The non-dualistic perspective. Where we're taking responsibility for our own individual selves. You're wonderful beings. You can always call on us. And especially when you start to have the right perception and you know how we help and you mean it, we're always there. Because we can feel when you have mixed messages. You're saying something from your mental capacity, but you're not fully meaning it through your body. So everything is happening through the body. You have to be connected to the body in order to commune with us. Otherwise, you're communing with other thought forms that are floating around. And sometimes that can seem like intuition, but you only know when you're connected to the body. Because that's how you can gauge how high or low in frequency you are, the body, and what's coming through. I'm wishing you so much luck, love, joy, expansion. Use this precious time and learn and grow and enjoy it. Enjoy these times. This time, this moment will never be the same. Everything is in quick movement. There are waves of ascension. We're in one right now, a massive one, and there will be more. This is a continuous process. It will seem like it goes in waves, but it's a continuous upward spiral, continuously. And when you know how to move, you don't have to wait for the collective. You can go ahead. When you know the steps and you know the roads and you know how to do it, you can go and have fun. You don't have to wait. And that's what we're inviting here. A way for you to learn how to do this yourself so that you can climb up in frequency from wherever you're at, so that you don't stay in those lower realms, because it is time to unplug from those lower realities and start to ascend into better realities to perceive. And it is perceptions we're talking about here, because that governs everything about your life. Your perception dictates what reality you will see. So choose a good one. I'll talk to you again in the next one. Ciao. Oh. That was fun. I can really feel my heart much more expanded when he comes through. It's like he has a much more expanded heart space. It's really, really exciting to feel that, actually. I really, really like feeling him inside of me. It's amazing. Oof. All right. Take care. Ciao.